Today I'm gonna show you how to make a delicious chicken with orzo that has over 40 grams of protein, is great for meal prep, and is made in about 20 minutes. First off, the protein source. You need to use chicken thighs for this recipe. Thighs have a bad rep compared to breast in terms of calories, but as long as you remove the skin, the calories of thighs aren't that much higher than in breast. Skinless chicken thighs have about 145 calories, whereas chicken breast has around 115 calories. That's because most of the fat is stored in the skin, so once you remove it, you can absolutely eat thighs more often. I know there are a lot of people who prefer thighs instead of breast. Mine are relatively small, so I will prepare 2 thighs that weigh 160 grams in total. Between 150 to 200 grams is a good range for this meal. Next up, the orzo. This is just regular wheat pasta shaped like rice. It also has the same calories as rice but with more protein. Place a bowl on a scale and weigh out 60 grams of orzo, which is around 200 calories and in my opinion a good amount for one serving. If you cannot find this pasta shape, no problem, you can just use any other kind of pasta, or you could also use rice. Something like jasmine works well here. The recipe will stay exactly the same. Next is the volume filler. I'm gonna chop up 2 small red onions and then a red bell pepper. Try cutting the bell pepper into thin planks, then into small pieces, so you get a bit of everything in every bite. Then take 2 cloves of garlic, give them a light smash with your knife to peel them more easily, and grate them with either a microplane or a garlic press. Finally, prepare 75 grams of spinach. Don't worry about the seemingly huge amount of spinach. Once cooked, it shrinks immediately in the pan. Next is to prepare feta cheese. This tastes awesome, it's a bit salty and works great with this meal. You can also get a reduced fat version that is sometimes called light. This has only 168 calories per 100 grams, which is very low for a cheese. Cut off 25 grams and then you can simply crumble it with your hands to get very small pieces that you can then use as topping at the end. So let's get cooking. Meals like this help me lose a lot of weight and keep it off, which led me to create a cookbook with over 220 recipes that are low in calories and high in protein. I'm also constantly updating the book with new recipes, and you get all the updates for free once you've purchased it. The link is in the description. Heat up a pan to medium heat. I'm using a 24 cm or 9-inch pan here. Add a teaspoon of 4 grams of oil and then the chicken thighs. Season with a pinch of salt and black pepper and sear the chicken on both sides for about 90 seconds. The goal here is not to cook the chicken through, you just want some browning for extra flavor. Once both sides have color, remove the chicken from the pan, add another 4 grams of oil, then add the onions and bell peppers with another pinch of salt. Stir fry the vegetables for 3 minutes, stirring occasionally to get some browning and caramelization on the onions that will again add a lot of flavor. After 3 minutes, add the grated garlic and the pasta, give everything a quick stir for about 20 seconds, and then add the spinach and 250 grams of stock or broth. I highly recommend always keeping a stock powder in your pantry. I'm using chicken stock, which is a fine powder that adds a quick flavor boost because it's packed with herbs like rosemary and oregano. Just add 250 grams of water to a glass, then 15 grams of the stock powder, mix for a couple of seconds and you can immediately use it as a stock. Give your pan now a good stir, then add back the chicken thighs so they finish cooking, cover with a lid and let everything simmer on medium heat for 12 minutes. After about 10 minutes, check how much liquid is left. If there is no liquid at all, maybe because your pan is bigger than mine, pour in another 50 grams of stock and keep simmering. If there is too much liquid, just let it simmer without the lid for the last 2 minutes to help it evaporate. After 12 minutes in total, check the orzo for doneness and adjust salt if you like, then remove the pan from the heat. I also love grating in some lemon zest and adding a little juice from half a lemon for a fresh kick. Stir everything, then top with your crumbled feta cheese, and this is such a beautiful and easy meal. I love it. The entire pan comes in at 673 calories, 60 grams of carbs, 22 grams of fat and 45 grams of protein. Check out my extra virgin olive oil that I just made in Greece myself, my cookbook and my nigiri style knife. All links are in the description.